Hey guys, I'm actually back. I still have the house to myself for a few minutes, so I just wanted to get through my alphabet names for future Garbage Pail Kids groups. I see some of you are enjoying this, and the thing is, people work at this time. It's Tuesday. It's after lunch, so a lot of times people watch these videos after work and at night, and so I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of comments. But let's continue. We left off at not top, I keep saying Top's Lawyers. That's something Tom Bunk said. He put that idea in my mind that Fanatics is just a bunch of fucking lawyers now. That's who bought Tops. So with L, that's where we left off last video. Okay. And that was a group if you need legal advice. Okay. So let's start with M. My idea for GPK groups that starts with M is going to be called, make sure that's, yeah. It's going to be called Garbage Pail Kids Masquerade. So in Masquerade, it's going to require you to have a fake Facebook account. Now, I know some of you already have a fake Facebook account. I don't. No one's actually told me how to do it. I guess you need another email or something. But anyway, if you don't have a fake Facebook account, you would have to make one, because when you join GPK Masquerade, we don't accept people with real profiles. You have to have a fake one. And we're going to encourage you. Sorry, I keep choking. We're going to encourage you to maybe start a new one or something like that. So we don't want to know who you are. So that's part of the fun. So in GPK Masquerade, we're not going to know your identity. Guys, by the way, I think I actually showed this book before, but there's some good GPK in the back. If you don't mind, just this one time, because it's going to be kind of quick. I'm just going to just thumb through this one again. But anyway, so for my idea for M is called GPK Masquerade, and it's going to be a fake account only group where we can mingle, we can talk shit, we can even have events where it's like a masquerade. We could do live events where you actually wear a mask. So we all go live, but we can like put a hood over our face, or literally have like fun Mardi Gras mask and stuff like that. So that's my idea for GPK Masquerade. Okay, so my idea for N with some of these letters, I had multiple ideas for. I just realized I didn't actually decide. Okay, I'm going to go with. Okay, for N, it's going to be called Garbage Pail Kids Narc. One problem we have in this hobby are we have a lot of these like spy motherfuckers. We have these people who probably don't have like an actual real collecting life. I just don't think they really probably have much money to spend on Garbage Pail Kids, and they're probably a little more attracted to the social aspect. That was my critique when I talked about women, and I believe it was part 33 of this series. I have a theory that a lot of the women here in our hobby aren't like really true collectors. I mean, obviously, they're more attracted to the social environment, which is, I mean, it is what it is. But my point is, I think we need a group, because there's a lot of backstabbing in our hobby. It's always been like that. A bunch of people hate each other. Remember what I said in another video, it was actually this morning, where a lot of us, we weren't the cool kids at school. We were just like these shitheads that, a bunch of C students, some of us, and I wasn't, who sit in the back and, blew spitballs and, shit like that. We probably had social problems in real life. I know I still do. I'm pretty awkward, like in public and stuff. But what you have and what we see are a lot of these like GPK spy motherfuckers. They just want to talk behind people's back. I know people talk about me all the time. They think they're getting away with it, but my friends will tell me about it, and they'll show me the secret post where they're talking shit, and that exposes them as fucking pussies. And so be very careful. First of all, what you say about me, I'm just telling you, just personally, because I got friends obviously everywhere. So be very careful, and just tell me to my face. But basically, my idea. This is a joke. You know it. But for N is this GPK narc. This is all capital letters. These are for people who like to whine and expose and just silly bullshit. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so I had a little trouble with. I had a trouble with I as well. When I came up with idiot March. That's ridiculous. I had trouble with too. What I came up with is a group called GPK only. Now the catch of GPK only is the admin of the group is going to post a topic, and you can only delve into that one topic the entire week. Anything that's not addressing that topic will be deleted by the mods or whoever. And they're going to control the narrative of whatever topic, the admins and moderators or whatever they come up with. And it's going to be something good that they think will sustain a week's worth of discussion, fun pictures. It's going to, you're going to make it how you make it. So that's my idea for O, is to have a group called GPK only. And it's all about one topic, and you really focus on one topic each week that's posted probably on Monday or Sunday night or something. And then everyone who has something to contribute can post a picture, talk about that topic, and then the next Sunday or Monday they post a new topic, and you can only talk about that one topic. You can't sell some bullshit. You can't, because when I post, this is actually something I have a problem with the hobby. I go to post something that I spend a lot of time that I post something I care about. I actually posted something pretty meaningful last night on Marketplace, by the way, that got buried in like 5 seconds with some newbie bullshit. But anyway, what if we hone the topics down on one group and really focus people on something that fucking matters instead of just fucking randomly selling green parallels. So I think we need, that's my idea for GPK only. It's a really like a focused topic group of people who can for people who's not ADHD and, I love these people, I can tell, you have, focusing issues. It is what it is. I might have it too. But anyway, maybe that's why we need it. We need a site that focuses on one thing each week, and we as a community, we just, answer that inquiry. Okay, so my idea for P is actually really cool. It's called GPK Pawn Shop. We don't have a pawn shop in the hobby. Listen carefully. You're going to want this idea. This is actually a good idea, like I think D was with Dollar Store. So with GPK Pawn Shop, sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Back in 2010, I need to blow my fucking nose, man. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I was eating a fucking chicken sandwich. I put so much hot sauce, my nose is running. Anyway, okay, this is actually a good idea. Listen, guys, hang with me. This is actually a serious idea. All right, for P, my idea is GPK Pawn Shop. This happened to me. In 2010, I pawned my master set of OS cards to Jason Wisdom, who's known as GPK Monster. He was like Clint Coleman. He had one of the biggest stores in hobby history. And remember, if you listen to one of my parts, you learned that I actually bought GPK Monster's business. Anyway, but before that, I actually pawned my cards to him. Meaning, when I paid Jason, it was the understanding that he was going to save my... Listen. He was going to save those cards. And if I didn't pay him back in 3 months, he was going to put them on eBay and space them out and all that. So I had a 3-month period to pay that off. The catch was, if I wanted to do that, I would have to pay him extra, like interest on it. It was a legit pawn shop deal. I've done a pawn shop deal. And I actually remember 2 or 3 more times when I actually pawned things like this in the hobby. I have friends that did the same thing as well with original art because it's so expensive. So I think we need a group called GPK Pawn Shop where it's not just a black and white buy and sell deal done. It's where you have an item where, well, first of all, you're in desperate need of money. Maybe there's something you got to buy tonight on Dime, but you don't want to like commit to like fucking selling your legacy items. So you just want to pawn it. And so this is the admins of GPK Pawn Shop are going to be probably people who have a good amount of money, who doesn't mind tying up a little money in some of these pawn shop investments. So it's a legit business of pawning items just like a fucking regular pawn shop, but it's all geared towards our hobby. Okay, for Q, actually I have 2. The first one's funny. I was thinking about GPK Queers. No, I'm not going to do that. That'd get canceled. No, for Q, my idea is GPK Q&A. What if you just have a question? You know, because on Gurus, you're going there to talk to experts. But sometimes you don't even know if you even need a fucking expert. Sometimes you just want to post a question out in the ether. Like, so let me open this window and shout out to my hood. Hey, y'all, you know where I can get some eggs? So sometimes you just want to shout out just to the whole fucking community, just a question, and you don't care who answers it because it's not that... you don't really need an expert. You just need some quick answers. So on my idea for Q, it's going to be called Garbage Pail Kids Q&A, where you can get quick fucking answers. This is a quick answer. Wow, you guys are helpful. Wow, you're not snobs like the Gurus. Thanks, guys. I'm out of here. Yeah, I got my answers. Bye. Right? Okay, the last one we're going to do, I'm going to end on R, is called Garbage Pail Kid Rentals. All right, the idea for Garbage Pail Kid Rentals actually came to me when I was on the television show. What I really wanted for this show was a set of display boxes, but I didn't want to spend a bunch of fucking money. Plus, I couldn't find them all. I did find a bunch of them. But what if we had a site called GPK Rentals for people who like to live stream, people who want to do community events and want some GPK noise in the background, and you have this business where you rent out things? What if you're going on a date and you want to be like a Russ fan? Well, I would loan you this binder, for example, the binder that has Bikini Cola in it, by the way. Oh my God. This was real, 1982. Noah Bonbon, Prehistoric Back, 1990. Oh my God, Slimer Daffy. I would rent this shit out to you for $100. This is all you, and you can impress your girlfriends. They'll think this is yours, and it's called GPK Rentals. Okay, now let's not confuse this with pawn shop. Pawn shop, this stuff happens in real life in our hobby. Sorry to backtrack, but really I think that's a really good idea. And plus, I think the sleaziness of pawn shops is a perfect aesthetic tie-in to what we're trying to do here. I don't like the sports card vibe, the cleanliness, the coldness of our hobby, how it is. I like the more GPK Misfits, Block Stars Live. I like the gritty, the fun, the anything goes, loungy, cool punk vibes. And I think with GPK Pawn Shop, it gives you that grease ball, there's kind of like these sleazy deals, but yet they're official. So I think we do need sort of this pawn shop type of thing for people who just, you need some money. Something just popped up on eBay. Dude, can I pawn this book for $10? But I want the book back. And I promise I'll pay you back in a week. Okay, I'll sign an agreement. Send it over. If I don't pay you back in a week, it's yours. If I do pay you back, I've got to pay you $15. Dude, I would do that deal. I would tie up $10 with you for the chance of getting this book for free or getting $15 back. Dude, this is a legit business. That's why there's so many fucking pawn shops. You don't get it? Do you know the pawn shop business? It's a great model. That's why there's so many pawn shops. Because there's so many drug addicts. But with what was the next one? So, with rentals, that's different than a pawn shop. I'm talking about. Okay, so rentals is not going to be a busy site. It's probably just going to be just like this page that has available things. Like if you need to borrow an atom bomb for the weekend, I don't know why you would. So, but all I know is when I did the TV show, I did wish I could have just borrowed maybe some posters from some of you, and I would have paid you some money, and I would have just sent them right back. Does that make sense to y'all? And yeah, being on TV was a once-in-a-life opportunity. I'm the only collector to ever talk about GPK on national television. Now, Leiron, the artist Leiron, was on Storage Wars, but he was an artist. I'm the only collector to actually do that. So, and I had a longer screen time. And the context was more directed. It had nothing to do with Storage Wars. It was all about, Garbage Pail Kids and candy. So anyway, I needed that service. I needed to be able to rent some shit that I didn't have already. There was even a moment where I didn't have a candy box. I know this doesn't have to do with Garbage Pail Kids, but I needed a candy box I had sold, and I couldn't find another one. And had I just known someone to rent it, I actually asked someone, could I just borrow the shit? And he said no. But I even offered him money. So I think there is a need for like a rental kind of service. But it wouldn't be a busy site. All right, guys, we're going to stop there at R, and I'll update that. And I think next video will be the last, and we'll go from S to Z. Awesome. God, I want to tell y'all W so bad. Russ Van out.